Mr. Khan, welcome back to the UK. It's obviously been such a long time since you've been able to come back here. How's it feel being back?
Feels fabulous. Feels fabulous. Feels great, and it's been a while, but uh, delighted to be here. So
Well, it's lovely to have you back. And I was just saying, you brought some kind of semi-good weather with you. It's been a little bit hit and miss recently, and we could have been sitting out in the rain currently. But right now, it's dry. We're safe. We thank you for that. We're going to say that's you. That's your
okay,
doing.
well, you're most welcome, and I think I'll thank God for it. Okay, some higher power who's making great weather.
I'll take that. I'll take that. So we're here at Motspur Park. You spent a bit of time now with the players and staff. You're watching the training sessions. How's the mood amongst the camp at the moment ahead of what's a massive game for Fulham, the London derby against QPR?
Yeah, I think that, and obviously be here for the game after that also. So I'm looking forward to both of those. But I, visited with Marco. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Haven't seen him since, meeting him in Portugal in the summer and spending time with him. Just as I mean, he's absolutely, obviously, we were all disappointed with the results of the last game. And so catching up with him on what we're going to do to get better. So.
Let's talk a bit about Marco. Actually, you clearly got a very good relationship with him. It kind of came a little bit out of nowhere, you bringing him to the club. No one had kind of mentioned his name. I know that you travelled personally to Portugal to meet him and to bring him in. I mean, what a coup. Absolutely fantastic. What is it about Marco Silva that you like so much and you thought would benefit Fulham so much?
Well, I think Fulham, has developed a style. And we've had obviously success certainly in the championship and not the success we wanted in the Premier League, but we have a personality which reflects the players, the kind of football we want to play. And Marco typifies that. And then I think the analytical mind he has, the knowledge of football, the energy, all of that I think is one complete package. And you can look at a person's resume, their accomplishments, some of the challenges, but then when you meet them, you put the whole picture together. And in all candor, I mean, this was a highly sought after position, Fulham Football Club. I think really with our history, but more importantly, I think with the players we have and really the commitment and the support we've had for the football club. So, I mean, there were a lot of people who had a lot of interest, but, after meeting Marco, I felt he was, the right guy for us.
And you mentioned the style that Fulham have there. I think, it really is under Marco Silva a really thrilling style of football to watch. Like it is very exciting as well. And with Marco as well, I don't know if you realise the joy you've brought to almost every Fulham fan in the fact that he brings with him his second man, Fulham legend Luis Boamorte.
Yes.
Do you realise what you've done for us fans? I mean, he's a god to us.
Yeah, I think that's a bonus. Obviously, that's a bonus, and Marco talked about that because his staff, obviously, they're important to him, but it's got to make sense for the club also. So yeah.
Absolutely. You mentioned obviously the last performance there. Really wasn't the result that we hoped for or we were looking for. What do you make of this season and the results so far?
I think it's good. I mean, it's. I mean, we're 2 points off, the auto promotion spot that we rightfully should be in that area, and certainly, in my years in this position, we haven't gotten off to a start like this, so that is really good. But 3/4 of the season yet to play. I think we have great, talent and more importantly, depth. One thing, was pretty obvious in this rough and tumble league that you have to have, it's physical, demanding, and you have to have depth because, so.
You do have to have depth, and like you said, there's so many cliches with the championship that it is a rough. It's a very physical league. Yeah. Games come thick and fast, all of that stuff. But it is true with the championship, and like you said, with the depth you're spot on there, and you must with this depth in squad, because it is fantastic. You must be surely expecting an instant return to the Premier League.
Yeah, I think that's certainly my expectation. That's that's Marco's expectation too. I mean, he's here to help us, get back and then keep us up there. I mean, that's the whole mandate.
Yeah. Hopefully for our heart, I'm not sure my heart could take another playoff final again. Hopefully we'll do it the automatic way this way.
Well, that's our. I mean, obviously that's a goal, but if not, certainly we've had experience in that. 2 for 2, auto promotion is best.
So everything happens in 3 as well. So if we get there, fingers crossed. Now, when you got back here, you instantly headed straight to Craven Cottage.
Hi, James. All right. Great. Thank you. Hi, Phil. So, thanks for being here. I think it's going to be iconic for all of us, and something we're going to cherish and be proud of for a long time.
The roof might be strengthening, but you'll see it's very, very flat, and it sort of comes out roughly at this, you'll see, from the swimming pool level. And you certainly could. I'm not saying.
And probably put a glass barrier around it, and the design, the people doing the heavy lifting like you, and
as you imagined it?
maybe better.
There we go.
So I want to take it in. This is the different colors, huh?
This is the most. We looked at various and had to make a choice to bring it. It was felt by us and the designers, if it was just one colour, it would be a bit dull. So this was something.
Well, it would be built dull, and then as it fades or what have you, it also this will age well too.
This should age well.
Yeah. So no, I like it because if you just had it, this gives you a more feeling of height. This is spectacular.
Am I right in thinking that when you were last here, it was still the old stand hadn't even been demolished yet? Am I right?
Well, no, it was being demolished. Portions were being, because last time I was there, the cranes were there, the rigging was there that started on, some of the excavation and what have you. So.
Yeah, and so you must be to see it in its glory. I mean, it really is. You walk in now, and I've been coming to Fulham since I was about 12, and the wow factor, seeing this beautiful stadium, you must be thrilled with the progress so far.
Yeah. I mean, I am, and I think Alistair and the team, they've done a great job. I think we've had complications, obviously, because of COVID and some of the stuff, which is pretty much normal. But if you remember, when I got in this position, I mean, there was a plan for a Riverside Stand. And, when I looked at it, it was like, this is not ambitious enough. We need, our goal is, eventually we have to be sustainable. And God has blessed Fulham with great geography. And how do we capitalize on that? And how do we monetize it so it could be invested in the squad and be fully compliant with fair play rules, etc., which means you've got to have a venue like we're headed to, which will draw hopefully Fulham fans, but even non-Fulham supporters to use that 340 plus days a year when there's no matches there. So.
I love that, and I love your honesty there as well. The fact it is something that needs to be constantly kind of making money for the club, and the fact that it's also giving so much back to the community. The fact that you've got the walkway totally open, and
I mean that's been a dream really for the city and the people who live to have a walkway, and it took obviously cooperation of the mayor, the city, and obviously the city council.
No, it's absolutely brilliant. Can I ask a question as well? Obviously, a lot of talk amongst the fans about the pools at the top. There's going to be a pool up there. Is this something that you, when you're over next, you might, take a dip in the?
Absolutely, I plan on taking it often.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I mean, I've been in the pool in Jacksonville a number of times, and absolutely. I mean, it's like you're sitting on the Thames. the city of London really exists because of the river, the life the river brings to you, and just a splash of that kind of connects you. So.
Do you know if you're able to park the yacht around there at all?
No, the yacht regrettably can only go about as far as where we are, but it would not prevent a tender from coming right up, and that's our ultimate goal and ambition, that for really to be green, environmentally friendly, and serve the community, really to have boat service from the Fulham Pier, to downtown, Canary Wharf, whatever. So yes, I would love the next time, once it's done, to have a small tender come down and go all the way, and and not dock across on the south side, but really on the north side. So
I think that's brilliant. You mentioned as well about the location, the club Craven Cottage has such a rich history. It's such a stunning stadium, and with the Riverside Stand, the new stand, you've kind of built on the ambition that the club has. It's an ambitious club, and the new Riverside Stand adds to that ambition without taking away from the charm of Craven Cottage and the history of the place. How important was that to you to maintain that?
I think it's very important, but it's very important, but you want to build on it. It's great to have the history and the roots and reflect on it, but you have to look forward to the future. And you do that by maintaining the parts that are sacred, and yet, embracing the modern era.
And I've got to touch as well on the. Have you been up there?
Of course.
Yeah. The views.
Stunning,
they are
yeah.
outrageous. You can see the whole of the London skyline. It really is an unbelievable location.
But I think, you look at it, it really reinforces the vitality in the city of London. I think you see the skyline, you see all the cranes, you see all the activity, and it's perfect. It's almost like Fulham Pier, that you embrace the past, but you're ready for the new age. You're ready for the future. Yeah.
Massive weekend ahead for you and for your clubs. Obviously, Saturday, big game against QPR, the London derby for Fulham. Then Sunday, the Jacksonville Jaguars play. How excited are you for the sporting weekend ahead?
Well, if you're not excited, the blood isn't moving in your veins, you're in the wrong business. Okay, so obviously this is a weekend, I look forward to every year. So yeah. So
obviously on weekends like this, it's hectic. You've got so many places to be. You're only here for a small amount of time. Now that COVID is say calm down. There's other ways of wording it. But now that travel is opening up and things are settling a little bit, do you plan on coming back a bit more frequently?
Of course, but we're here. We're going to go to the Wednesday night game also. So and this is where the championship fast-paced schedule is kind of giving us an opportunity to go to two games at Craven Cottage. So.
And not only that, but you get to do the cottage under the lights as well, which is there's no better place
special.
on earth.
Yeah, really
so special. So special. Well, listen, Mr. Khan, it's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you and welcoming you back to the UK. And I wish you the very best of luck, hopefully for the next 3 games while you're here. You're going to have your teams winning every single one. That's
our goal. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you.